I always find it super interesting to look at unusual prices. I don't know why, but I really like seeing how prices change year to year and stuff like that. So today we are going to be looking at some of the cheapest unusuals that are in the game. And I'm not going to be counting the taunts either because most of them barely cost anything now and they would just flood this list completely. So there's no point. Anyway, before we get into this video, I just want to say a bunch of you guys watching this video right now aren't actually subscribed to my YouTube channel. So if you are here watching my videos every single day, you may as well click the button. It means you won't have to search for my channel every time that you want to watch a video of mine. And I'd really appreciate it if you could help me maybe hit 90k by the end of this month. Absolutely stupid goal, but it might happen. Also, make sure you join my Discord down below. I did a vote on what video I should make today, and there's a bunch of other stuff in that Discord as well for you guys to get involved in, and I really want to have a massive amount of you guys in there. So if you haven't already joined it, there's a link in the description down below. Just go and click it. You can join. It'll be sick. Thank you. All right, now let's get into the video. Okay, so first on this list at 6.25 keys, we have a dead president's stately steel toe. This is probably the most meh hat and effect combo in the game, probably. Dead Presidents isn't a bad effect by any means, but it's not my favorite. It actually did used to be up there in my favorite effects. I thought it was quite cool when it first came out, but not really that much anymore. And the steel toe, again, isn't the worst hat in the world. It's definitely not the worst hat you'll see as we get further and further into this list, but it's probably just a very, very average hat and a very, very average effect. But for 6.25 keys, I wouldn't really complain. Next up, we have the Kilowatt Cyborg Stunt Helm, which is again 6.25 keys. Now, this is surprisingly the first robo hat we've had on this list, and it is the only robo hat on this list. So I was expecting a few more, but you know what? This is actually quite cool. I'm not going to lie either. I think this is actually a pretty decent hat. I don't mind it that much. I used to use it, I feel like. And Kilowatt is a good effect as well. It is probably up there in some of my favorites, to be honest. It's not amazing, it's not like Scorching Flames level, but it's not meant to be. This generally is a really, really decent hat for 6.25 keys. I wouldn't mind owning one of them. In fact, I think I did own one at some point while I was trading, but then I got rid of it fairly quickly. But if you're a Demo Man player who's looking for an unusual on a budget, this is something that you should probably look at. Right in the middle of the list, we have the Steaming Head Full of Hot Air, which is 6 keys. This hat is a little bit odd. It is just kind of weird, isn't it? I never really use this hat. I have seen a few people have this on their pyro sets, to be fair, like just generally around servers, but there's not a whole lot of them around. I personally have never been the biggest fan of it, but it's definitely not the worst hat in the world. It's not the best either, but you know, it's just kind of there. Steaming itself is actually a decent effect, to be honest. I really liked it ages ago, and it was part of my dream set for Scout absolutely years ago. In one of my first trading series ever, I had a green energy flipped trilby and a steaming bonk boy. That was my dream set back then. Jesus. But I mean, for 6 keys, this isn't a bad hat really, like at all. If you're buying something to keep, 6 keys for that, really just not that bad. Next up, we have the Miami Nights Cadavers Cranium. Now, the Cadavers Cranium is really just not a very nice hat. Like, I really don't like it that much at all. It's just a weird hat. It just doesn't look great. But Miami Nights is a pretty good effect. And for 6 keys, if you really don't care that much about how your heavy looks, but you just want an unusual, this one isn't too bad of a pick. The hat is kind of ugly, but the effect is actually really nice. I know there's probably going to be some people who really like the Cadavers Cranium in my comments saying, I don't know why you don't like this thing. I can't believe you don't like this thing. But again, it's personal preference. And if you like the hat and you like Miami Nights and you can get a bargain hat for 6 keys, then yeah, you're winning here really. But I personally am just not a fan of the hat really at all. And you probably don't like hats that I like. So, you know. And finally, we have the Aces High Backbreakers Skullcracker at 6 keys. I honestly have never heard of this hat, like, at all. I can't say I've ever seen anybody use it. I have no idea what it is. It was added last year in the summer update, which is probably why I didn't know about it, because, you know, that was the update that Valve kind of just killed the economy. So any hats from that crate, I really have never seen that much, and I really don't care that much about, because my Hong Kong cone at the time halved in price because of that. I mean, I'm over it now. It's been a year. I'm definitely still not a little bit annoyed about that. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. It's just, I'm fine. I don't know what you're on about. Okay, so this hat on backpack.tf's like price list is actually the lowest cosmetic average price of every single unusual. Like there's a bunch of taunts which I didn't include, and then the first cosmetic you see is this one. So yeah, it came out last year and has just been the cheapest since, I feel like. How many people like legitimately knew this hat existed? Like, it's not awful, it doesn't look horrible, but I didn't realize it was ever a thing. The nuts and bolts version of this hat is actually the exact same price. So Aces High and nuts and bolts, take your pick, they're both 6 keys. So anyway, that is going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you leave the video a like and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. And while you're down there, pretty much near the description, you can check out my Patreon, you can check out my Discord, my Twitter, my Instagram, everything. Like, there's so many things that you could click. Obviously, you don't have to. That is a lot of stuff, but everything you do, I said do. Everything you do click on, there we go, that's a little bit better, supports me massively. So yeah, anyway, thank you all so much for that if you do click on anything. I'm not 100% sure what that outro is, but anyway, thank you all so much for watching the video once again, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.